Your passions of the world should be displayed for everyone to hear. How to start a podcast. Step 1. Find a friend to help as a co-host. Yo dude, I just came up with this great idea. Is it anything like your plan to start up a cryptocurrency scam composed of non-tangible images of oily magnets but with different hats? No, do not worry, this plan is 10 times better, and slightly less controversial. So we will not worry about people sending us threats in the internet. I have been listening to a bunch of podcasts lately, and they are making a ton of dough thanks to sponsorships, endorsements, merch, brand deals, etc. What if we both make one together? You and me, as hosts. What makes you think we can make a podcast together? Neither of us are interesting enough people and lack the charisma and charm for something like that. Do not worry dude, half the time it is just the topics they discuss that are the reason why people tune in. They do not care about who is actually the one talking about them. That is why there have been no controversial podcast hosts. Everyone is too focused on what they are talking about. There is so much that is wrong with what you just said right now. But because I am running low on rent and I cannot go back to working at that Derp ass Amazon facility, bite. Great, you still have that old recording equipment I gave you for Christmas, right? No, sorry dude, like I said, I have been low on money, so I sold it for a gift card that gave 10 free buckets of Lostralis Hermanus chicken to anyone with it. Bang, okay, we will deal with that later. Step 2. Come up with an interesting topic for your podcast. Well, what would we even talk about as a topic for our podcast? Well, what is something we are well known for? Like us specifically? I suppose we're both pretty good at trolling. That is perfect. We will talk about the most devious trolling we have done. Well, what kind of trolling have you done recently? I replaced my mom's heart pills for vitamin gummies, and placed the real ones in my local playground in candy wrappers, which I think is pretty devious. Dude, we are gonna get thrown in jail within the first episode being published. Well, more like you, since most of my trolls have not been all that interesting honestly. They are mediocre at best. Yeah, I have not been on as much of a trolling roll as I have in my earlier days, and even then they would not be interesting enough for multiple podcast episodes. How about instead we find examples online, from social media platforms, or even ask our viewers to give their trolling stories? That is a great idea. Okay, we will start tomorrow. I will send over some recording equipment and I will have mine set up at my place. Step 3. Record your first episode of the podcast. Hello fellow listeners, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Troll or Be Trolled podcast. Alright, do you have the topics ready for the podcast? Yes I do. I asked on my Twitter recently for my followers' best trolls, and they gave us some good ones. Our first epic example of trolling comes from Derp number 717. One time, I walked into the local pet store, and taught all of the parrots inside how to say quite a bit of phrases I do not think I can say on this podcast, so we will just leave it at that. Hilarious trolling there Derp, keep it up. What does the next one have in store? This next story comes from Doomerslayer85. One time I took all of the exit signs out of my local thrift store, and released a pack of wild raccoons. Yet a lot of these might just be felonies. I thought it was pretty funny. Maybe let us try talking to our live viewers instead. Wait, we are live? Yep, and we are displaying a phone number right now for our video viewers, and for our audio viewers, the number is area code 77777777771. Oh wow, that was quick. Let us hear what wacky troll we have on this time. Hello, welcome to the podcast. What is your most famous troll? Hello?
Well, if I had to choose, I would have to choose the time I broke into someone's house and stole their eyes.
Oh, that is pretty devious, I suppose. And when did this take place?
January 5th, 2023.
So you did it just today?
Not yet.
Well, how is the person, after you did this trolling, did they survive?
I am not sure how they will be, but I can ask them shortly. Henceforth, if they will survive, I highly doubt it.
I think we're gonna cut this call short, sir. It was nice talking to you.
Oh, do not worry. We won't need to talk across the phone anymore.
Hello? Friend. Well, audio listeners, it seems we lost connection with our other host, but until we get a connection back from him, I'll try and connect back to you all with another call. Oh, here comes one now. Hello, welcome to the podcast. What is your most interesting troll?
Well, if I had to choose, I would have to choose the time I found the address of two podcast hosts and stole their eyes.
Listen, freak, I can get the police here in 5 minutes. I do not know what you did to my friend, but you sure as hell are not making it here that quickly. You are gonna get caught. Hello?
Time to do a little